48 Laws of Power Secret Study Session. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. So if you step into the role, into the shoes of a man that has achieved a lot, a ton, you're going to have to do double the amount, achieve double the amount of what he's achieved in order to be great yourself, okay? If you were to just take your own path and not follow his path, or her path if you're a woman, or if you're a guy following the role, following a woman, if you just make your own path, it's going to be a lot easier for you to create your own greatness rather than try to live up to and surpass theirs, okay? So what happens first appears better in original. So if they've already done something and you just try to follow their path, you're going to have to do everything they've done and then add your own stuff on. If you just pivot, take your own path, and create something original, then you're going to be the first one, okay? And you're going to be more brilliant, more powerful, more impeccable, more amazing. You will have to achieve double their achievements to outshine them, okay? So like I just said, you want to outshine them, you're going to have to do what they did and plus your own stuff. So just make your own path. Establish your own image, your own name, your own brand, your own company. That's what you need to do. Establish it, put all your energy in it, and grow it. Power depends on the ability to fill a void, to occupy a field that has been cleared of the dead weight of the past, okay? So, basically, a new path, your new path, wouldn't have anything from the past, the dead weight from the past. If you went into someone else's path, there's dead weight, there's their legacy, there's their aura, there's their energy still there, okay? You have to get that energy out and add your own. As opposed to your own path, you just have to put your own energy in there. Distance yourself from predecessors. Predecessors mean the people in the past, the people that have already done it. Distancing yourself from predecessors demands symbolism in your own advertisement. So you have to let people know that you are not them, you are not like them, you are different. These symbols are your own symbols. You have your own imagery, okay? You do your own thing. And I'm actually thinking kind of like, okay, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes, never outshine the master. I'm thinking if me making these videos is kind of like stepping into Robert Greene's shoes, but then I kind of think I'm just elaborating on this. I'm really giving value. I've seen other videos that summarize his content, and I don't feel like they're trying to be him. I just feel like they're condensing it down. I feel like we're mixing our own ideas into creation that has already been created, because like Pablo Picasso says, great artists copy, good artists steal, okay? So I feel like you need to be able to take from your predecessors and make your own stuff, okay? You make it new, and then you don't necessarily have the shadow of your predecessor, the weight, the energy of your predecessor. Be merciless with the past. So your father, your grandfather, and your achievements. So it's like, you don't want to follow the path of your father, or your mother, your grandfather, or your grandfather, and you don't want to live in your past achievements. All that doesn't matter anymore. It's you doing your own thing, you working on crushing and fulfilling your own achievements, your own goals, your own life path, your own purpose, your own energy path. Let's see. So never let yourself be seen as following your predecessor's path. So I've seen some people that do the exact same thing as their parents, and they're miserable. They basically just become their parents. You don't want to do that. I used to work with my dad, and I was doing that for a while, but then I was like, you know what, this is not for me, I'm not going to do it, so I broke away and just did my own thing, and I continue to do my own thing, and I will always continue to do my own thing. Differentiate yourself physically. Establish your own new style, new way. Like I said, a new way to dress, new way to do things. Your predecessor, it could be your father, it could be your boss, it could be maybe your brother, whoever it is. You have to differentiate yourself. You don't want to do the exact same thing as them, because then you're just going to be a clone, okay? It's going to be way harder for you, and you're not going to feel good about yourself because you're not living your own life. You got to live your own life. So, now we are going to talk about the reversal. And I touched on this a little bit already, talking about using their shadow, so like their energy, to create your own path. What it says is, the shadow of a great predecessor could be used to your advantage if it is a trick chosen by your choice and disregarded once it has brought you power. Okay, so disregarded once it has brought you power, meaning, let's say, for example, this. I make the 48 Laws of Power. I'm sort of, using Robert Greene's shadow. Basically how he used the kings that he talks about in the book's shadow. Now, I feel like he still talks about that in interviews, so it's not like he disregarded them and said, I'm the one that created these 48 Laws of Power. It's like, I didn't learn this from anybody. You could do that, though. Be merciless, like this says. Hey, I have a new book. I created it all myself. I didn't learn anything from the 48 Laws of Power. Once you have enough power, okay? But in order to gain power, sometimes you need to say, hey, I learned this from the 48 Laws of Power. I learned this from a master. I learned this from a millionaire. I learned this from someone that's an expert, because people won't take you as serious as an expert or someone that's already established himself. But once you've gained power, be merciless with the past. Be merciless with those people that have helped you, okay? You take the credit. You make it seem like you do everything with ease. And I was just saying a few things. I just said a few things from the other laws. So if you've watched all the videos, if you know about the 48 Laws of Power, you will know you got to do things with ease. Keep an eye on the young, your future rivals. Keep an eye on the young, your future rivals in power. Don't let them rid you of your power like you did your predecessor. So, it's like this, okay? You have your predecessors right here. Basically, the past, the people that are greater than you. And then you have the people that are younger than you, that are rising up, that can get to a state of power higher than yours. So you need to monitor what they're doing so that you can stop them from raising up in power and overtaking you. You need to be smart with it. You need to not teach them all your tricks. You need to make sure that they are loyal to you in certain ways. You need to play on their insecurities, know their insecurities, so that you can use the thumb screws, the buttons, so to speak, to control them. Because there's always going to be people older than you that are masters, and there's going to be people younger than you that are hungry trying to get you, okay? You're here. You need to watch out for them so that they don't overtake you in power, and then you need to draw from the shadow of people greater than you in the right way without following their path for too long or to the exact tone, okay? Because you can do the same thing, but you need to add your own flair and own style. It's like, let's say you're an MMA fighter. If you try to fill the shoes of a champion, it's going to be harder. If you take from that champion the things that work, but make it your own style, promote it as your own style, advertise it as your own style, and just differentiate it. When people make the comparison, you differentiate, say, hey, I'm better, because of A, B, and C, whatever reasons they are, okay? So you got to watch out. Make sure that you're using those shadows, and make sure that you're guarding yourself and you're gaining power and keeping control over the people that are younger than you, that are trying to come up in the realm of power, okay? That is clear cut. That makes a lot of sense. So right now what I want you to do is just think about how you can make your own image, and ask yourself, hey, am I living someone else's life? Maybe it's your father, maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your bigger brother or your bigger sister. or maybe it's like your favorite celebrity that you're acting like. Ask yourself, are you living someone else's life? And if so, stop it, cut it out, make your own image, make your own style, make your own way, make your own life, okay? So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, get notified, share this video, and make sure you follow Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes.